Hello guys, welcome to our channel Learning Zoology with AC. I am Dr. Aruna Chakravarti, Associate Professor of Zoology, Government Dungar College, Bikaner. Today's topic is Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata is a group of agnathans that comprises the living jawless fishes, the lamprey and hagfishes. Both groups have jawless mouths with horny epidermal structure that functions as teeth and branchial arches that are internally positioned instead of external as in jaw fishes. They are parasitic, usually feeding on fish in their adult stages. Morphologically, they resemble eels. They are known to be only living vertebrates without true jaws, hence called agnatha. Cyclostomata includes hagfishes and lampreys. Now, characteristics of cyclostomata. The body is round, elongated like an eel. The paired fins are absent. Median fins with cartilaginous fin rays. No paired appendages. The skin is soft and smooth, devoid of any scales. Spleen is absent. The exoskeleton is absent. The endoskeleton is cartilaginous with no bones. The notochord is present throughout their lives. The digestive system is devoid of any stomach. The nostril is single and median. The gills are 5 to 16 in pairs. The heart is two chambered. The brain is visible. The lateral line acts as a sense organ. About 10 pairs of cranial nerves are present. The sexes are separate. Some hagfish species are believed to be hermaphrodite. A pair of mesonephric kidney make up the excretory system. Development may be direct or indirect. Now, migration. Sea lamprey are anadromous from their lake or sea habitats. They migrate up rivers to spawn. After several years in freshwater habitats, the larvae undergo a metamorphosis that allows young post metamorphic lamprey to migrate to the sea or lake and start the adult hematophagous method of feeding. Lampreys live parasitically in the sea for about 2.5 to 3 years and then migrate to the freshwater where they breed. Petromyzon has a peculiar breeding habit and breeds only once in its life. Mature males and females migrate from sea to river for breeding, known as anadromous migration. During migration, the alimentary canal becomes non functional and feeding stops. They use the fat stored in the muscles and beneath the skin. They travel hundreds of miles and reach the place where their parents and grandparents breed. In the river, a male and female select a site in clear, moderately fast flowing water and build a nest. Buccal funnel is applied to remove the stones. The nest consists of a rounded pit with sandy floor. The female fixes to a stone by its buccal funnel near the nest. The male attaches to the female by its buccal funnel near head. Both the female and the male wriggle back and forth and discharge egg and sperm in the nest. This mating is repeated many times. After each mating, the eggs are covered by sand brought in by the tail. After spawning, the parents leave the nest and die within a few days. Fertilization is external, development is indirect. Larva is called ammoseed. The cyclostomes are subdivided into two major order: Petromyzontiformes and Myxiniformes. First of all, we discuss lamprey or leopard eel belongs to this order. They are found, Petromyzontiformis, they are found in both marine and freshwater. They have a ventral mouth with many horny teeth. The nostril is present dorsally. They possess a well-developed dorsal fin. The dorsal and ventral roots of spinal nerves are separate. The development is indirect. Example, Petromyzon. Now, Myxiniformis. Hagfishes represent this order. They are found exclusively in the marine environment. They have a terminal mouth with few teeth. They have no buccal cavity. The nostril is terminal. They possess 6 to 14 pairs of gill slits. The dorsal and ventral root of the spinal nerves are not separate. Eggs are large and few in numbers. The dorsal fin is usually absent and weak. Example, Myxin. Now, difference between Petromyzon and Myxin. Petromyzon live in river and sea, while Myxin exclusively marine. Petromyzon, a median lobe dorsal fin and tail fin. Here the fin is confined to tail. In case of Petromyzon, sensory structures in the complex, glandular and slimy pigmented skin, while in Myxin, numerous large glands present in the complex, slimy skin. In Petromyzon, buccal funnel present surrounded with papillae. In case of Myxin, buccal funnel absent, the mouth is edged with tentacles supported by cartilage. In case of Petromyzon, teeth many, yellow and horny. The tongue also bear horny teeth. In case of Myxin, a single median tooth and two rows of smaller teeth present on the tongue. Eyes hidden and retarded in the larva, exposed and complete in the adult in case of Petromyzon. In case of Myxin, eyes hidden and rudimentary. In Petromyzon, 7 pairs of gill pouches opening directly to the exterior and less directly into the adult gullet. In case of Myxin, 6 pair of gill pouches opening directly into the gullet and less directly to the exterior. In case of Petromyzon, a slight constriction indicates separation of utricle and saccule semicircular canal 2. In case of Myxin, internal ear with a saccule or one semicircular canal. A velum guard the respiratory tube from the buccal cavity. In case of Myxin, the nostril large unpaired dorsal open into the pharynx through a passage the pituitary sac. In case of Petromyzon, the intestine is without convolution, difflosole in the form of a spiral wall present. In case of Myxin, the intestine is very wide and bears longitudinal ridges. In case of Petromyzon, a velum guard the respiratory tube from the buccal cavity. In case of Myxin, a velum separates the buccal cavity from the pharynx. The urinogenital sinus and 2 genital pores in Petromyzon, while no urinogenital sinus, only 1 genital pore present in the Myxin. In case of Petromyzon, skull very imperfectly roofed. In case of Myxin, skull without any roof. In case of Petromyzon, hints of vertebral arches, cartilaginous branchial basket, round gill pouches. In case of Myxin, skeletal system less developed, only a hint of branchial basket. In case of Petromyzon, all the components of the brain are distinct and well marked. In case of Myxin, cerebrum and cerebellum rudimentary. Lateral line sense organs are not enclosed in a canal and exposed in case of Petromyzon. In case of Myxin, lateral line sense organ absent. Sexes are separate in case of petromyzon. In case of myxin, protandrous hermaphrodite. Oval, small and spherical. In case of ova, large, oval with attaching threads. Cleavage holoblastic. In case of myxin, cleavage meroblastic in Delostoma. Now, development of lamprey. The eggs are telolacethal, having a large amount of yolk. Cleavage is complete but unequal, resulting in the formation of blastula. Blastula consists of micro and macromeres. Invagination in blastula gives rise to gastrula. After some time, the embryo hatches out as an ammosid larva. Salient features. Ammosid is a freshwater larva of Petromyzon. It is transparent. It looks like an amphioxus in its morphology and habit. It lives for 3 to 7 years. In the beginning, it is about 7 millimeter in length and attains a length of 165 millimeter. It lives inside U-shaped burrow. At times, it comes out of burrow. Color is muddy brown. Body is eel-like. Body is divisible into head, trunk and tail. Suctorial buccal funnel absent. Oral hood surrounds the mouth in the place of the buccal funnel. Trunk has a single dorsal fin. Tail has a caudal fin which is in continuation of the dorsal fin. Teeth are absent, but several branched buccal tentacles surround the mouth. The alimentary canal includes a mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, intestine, and anus. A velum is present between the buccal cavity and pharynx. The pharynx has an endostyle, a pair of peripharyngeal bands, and hypopharyngeal grooves. Eyes are vestigial and concealed below the skin. Pineal eye is well developed. Trunk has 7 pairs of gill slits just behind the head. Liver, bile duct and gallbladder are present. Protonephric kidney present. It exhibits filter feeding. It feeds on small food particles which are carried into pharynx by means of current of water maintained by the velum and the pumping movement of the pharynx. Respiratory current goes into the pharynx through mouth and comes out through gill slits. Heart with pericardium is present. Now, metamorphosis. After a prolonged period of 3 to 6 years, the ammosid larva undergoes metamorphosis. During metamorphosis, following changes occur. The larva leaves the burrow and leads a free swimming life. It migrates from the freshwater habitat to the marine habitat. The filter feeding habits of the larva is changed in sanguivorous habit, that is blood sucking habit. The oral hood disappears and a buccal funnel with teeth and tongue appears. The continuous median fin breaks into 2 dorsal fins and a caudal fin. The paired eyes become uncovered and functional. The endostyle changes into the thyroid gland. The gallbladder and bile duct disappear. A respiratory tube develops from the pharynx. The velum is reduced. The pronephros is replaced by mesonephros. The spinal cord becomes flattened and neural arches appear in the trunk region. The rudimentary skull and branchial basket are fully developed. Supporting skeletal tissues of the upper lip and tongue is also formed. The pericardial cavity becomes completely separate from the general body cavity. The larval head muscles are reformed during metamorphosis. The color of the skin changes from muddy brown to metallic. Now, affinities of the cyclostomes. According to Hickel, cyclostomes are removed further from fishes as fishes are from mammals. Cuvier united cyclostomata with cartilaginous fishes. Agassiz separated them from the true fishes in 1857. Their separate treatment as a group is justifiable for no other reason but they have a rasping tongue. This alone proves that they form a divergent group. On the other hand, the development of anterior myotomes, the skull which does not enclose the vagus, the absence of medullated nerve fibers, and the presence of ciliated groove and thyroid gland in ammosid larva point to the conclusion that the cyclostome stem has originated from the common craniate stalk at a point far below that from which gnathostomes arose. Sidgwick is, however, still in the favor of uniting cyclostomes with fishes. As a most primitive living form of vertebrate, the class Cyclostomata is very important to understand the vertebrate evolution. Besides, they possess some specialized character as well. Thus, cyclostome appear as a curious mixture of degenerate, primitive, and specialized feature. Now, affinities with Amphioxus. Now, primitive characters. Presence of unconstricted continuous notochord but with an added sheath. Segmental musculature but little modified from head to tail. Relatively large number of gill slits in some hagfish. Absence of gonoduct. Alimentary canal, alimentary tract ciliated, straight and without much regional specialization. Endostyle in lamprey larva, unmyelinated nerves, external fertilization. At the same time, cyclostomes are highly organized than Amphioxus. Differ from the Amphioxus in following characters: presence of several layered epidermis, presence of cartilaginous skeletal structure, presence of a distinct head with sense organs, highly organized brain and vascular system, presence of anterior and posterior dorsal funnel. Now, affinities with gnathostomes. Head with paired sense organ, brain enclosed in cranium with 10 pairs of cranial nerve, muscular three-chambered heart, leukocytes and erythrocytes in the blood, lymphatic vessels, sympathetic nervous system, lateral line sense organs, mesonephros type of kidney in the adult, bilobed liver with gallbladder, beginning of segmented vertebral column. They differ from fishes and other gnathostomes in following characters: absence of jaws, paired appendages and girdles, lack of scales, true teeth and ribs, absence of spleen, stomach and gonoduct, incomplete cranium and vertebrae. Only one or two semicircular ducts are present in the internal ear. Heart without conus arteriosus, an unpaired nostril, poorly developed spiral valve, sympathetic nervous system and lateral line sense organs, unconstricted notochord, myotomes not divided into dorsal and ventral portion. Dorsal and ventral spinal nerves are separate. Now, general characters of cyclostomata. Body is cylindrical, elongated and eel-like. Skin is smooth, slimy and without scales. Mouth is circular, suctorial and without jaws. Respiratory organs are pouch-like or sac-like gills. Gill slits 6 to 14 pairs for respiration. A few horny teeth and rasping tongue is present. Paired appendages are absent. Skeleton is cartilaginous. Notochord persistent. Single nasal aperture and a median olfactory organ is present. Alimentary canal is straight. No cloaca. Brain has a very small cerebellum. Membranous labyrinth has one or two semicircular canals, uni or bisexual. They may be external parasites or internal scavengers on fishes. Now, specialized characters of cyclostomes. Cyclostomes possess some peculiar specialized characters: a distinct head, rasping tongue, a sucking mouth with horny teeth, peculiar sac like gill chamber. The respiratory current of water sucked and ejected through the same way. Large pituitary sac. The roof of the brain is mainly non nervous. Large thyroid gland. It seems that the cyclostomes are primitive vertebrates, but the presence of bony armor, ossified endoskeleton, and fin like paired appendages in ostracoderm makes the cyclostome degenerate vertebrate rather than primitive ones. Degenerate characters of cyclostomes. The greatly elongated L-like body, more marked in hag. Rudimentary paired eyes in hags, reduced liver and lack of gallbladder and bile duct in adult lamprey, lack of exoskeleton, lack of ossification of endoskeleton. A recently described Silurian ostracoderm, Gemoetius, seems to provide a link between the extinct armored ancestors and the living unarmored cyclostomes. Particular specialization: tongue apparatus, sucking mouth and horny teeth, sac like gill pouches, separate branchial sac with branchial basket. The dorsal position of nostril, large heavy yolk eggs with meroplastic cleavage and no larval stages in hagfishes. The large slime glands, especially in hags. Characters of cyclostomes more primitive than fishes. No hinged jaws, no paired fins, no true teeth, continuous or nearly continuous median fin fold, circle caudal fin, fin rays without muscular attachment, cranium incomplete, no vertebrae or poorly developed, rudimentary pancreas, no spiral valve or only slightly developed spiral valve in intestine, single median nostril, brain relatively small and generalized, heart is rather loosely twisted, S-shaped tube, lateral line organ poorly developed and in isolated pits, hypophyseal duct rather large, open to the exterior and not connected with pituitary body. Ninth and 10th cranial nerves not enclosed in cranium. Absence of medullated nerves, sympathetic nervous system, very primitive and poorly developed. Now, characters more primitive in hags than lamprey. Median fin regionally undifferentiated and continuous, terminal nostril. Less specialized brain without cerebral hemisphere and cerebellum. Cranium less developed, only one semicircular canal. Functional pronephros in adults, no spiral valve, no vertebrae, hypophyseal duct opening into mouth, less well developed lateral lines, functional liver and bile ducts in adults. relatively large number of gill slits, Delostoma. Now characters more primitive in lamprey than in hagfishes. Separate dorsal and ventral spinal nerve, small eggs with little yolk, holoblastic cleavage. Larval stage shows many resemblance to Amphioxus. So, thank you student. Thanks for watching.